Hey you guys, Anna Cortez here, author of the Playing Card Oracles. So I want to share a card reading with you guys, but not a reading that came in any sort of ordinary way. These were not cards that were pulled in physical life. This is a reading from a dream I had a couple of nights ago. And to me, cards or readings in dreams are no less valid than anything received in physical life. In fact, anytime cards appear in dreams, I'm super tuned in. I'm super interested. I've learned so much from cards in dreams over the years. And in fact, a lot of the playing card oracle system that you'll find in the book and in the imagery of my father's came from dreams. It's a system heavily rooted in dream work. So, this is an area that I invite you guys to explore as well. I'm super interested in any conversations about this topic. I'd like to get more energy generated as a community around this topic of cards in dreams. So any comments you have under the video about this area would be super awesome. But for now, let's check this particular reading out. It should help you with your real life playing card oracle practice as well. Let's go to the table and check it all out. Okay guys, I'm here with my Alchemy Edition playing card oracle deck, which is essentially how the images appeared in the dream. Actually, it was kind of flipping between the original edition playing card oracle deck images and the Alchemy Edition images. But I'm just going to use the Alchemy Edition for the video because it seemed like most of the images were that. So a bunch of queens started appearing, and I've just stacked the cards on top of the deck here for the sake of the video. I had the Queen of Hearts, the Queen of Spades, I had the Three of Spades, and the Queen of Diamonds. And the first thing that sort of struck my mind was all these queens appearing. And I felt sort of the queenship of the characters involved in the question. So let me back up for a second. In the dream, an old friend of mine came to me, and she was telling me about this problem she was having with her mom and how it had just become intolerable in the house. It was like she was an older teenage kind of age in the dream. And then the mom came to me in the dream and was telling me the same thing. She just couldn't manage her daughter anymore, and it was really at a breaking point. And so all these queens appeared, and queens rule, right? They rule their respective suits. There's only one queen in a suit because queens, have total dominion along with their king over that realm. So you get all these queens, crammed into one small space, and I think the problem becomes kind of self-obvious, without a lot of analyzation of these cards. There's a territory issue, right? And this card being sort of a standout because it's, so different than the other cards, clued the situation in a little further. Here we see, I hope you can see, a figure there, a beggar, holding a deceased baby. And I thought that was really interesting for this question, and especially as it applied to the mother of the situation. It's like my sense was that she was holding on to, like the past, and it's really telling with the deceased child. It's like the kids aren't babies anymore. And yet this figure is clinging, trying to keep something alive that is, clearly in the past. So in my mind, I was feeling like the mother needed to sort of come into the present time and see her daughter as the grown-up that she is or was in the dream. So I said to the mom, well, how about, for instance, if you're in the kitchen, right, like preparing a meal with the daughter, instead of saying something like, could you chop the vegetables up for the salad, and kind of treating her in that way, you could say, could you be in charge of the salad? Instead of treating her like a child, give her dominion over certain areas in her life and in the house. You hear the birds outside? So that felt really good in the dream. Really simple advice, but just really acknowledging the daughter as a young woman instead, and switching gears from treating her like a child, like maybe, the mother has done for so long. So I thought that was super interesting, super helpful, and really simple in a way. And a lot of times the best card readings are really simple. The main message doesn't need a lot of fluff around it, and then there was this queen over here that, we really haven't talked about yet. But I asked the mother, in the dream, well, is there another daughter in the household? And she said, well, yeah, there is. And, but she pretty much stays to herself, and here she is, or was in the dream, sort of lagging behind these cards here, which were up front. And she said, well, she keeps to herself. She just watches, romance movies, and she's really into her romance novels. And the mother and I joked like, well, then that daughter can be in charge of the romance area of the household, If these are all queens, they each need a little bit of rulership, an area of the household where they can make their own decisions and exercise their individual wills. So that's the totality of the reading. And so, yeah, I hope this inspires you, and I hope this also helps you with your playing card oracle card reading practice. Thanks for watching.